you have any preference for where you want us to stand?
No, but please come on over and show me a semicircle and y'all own the base.
Okay.
All right, what do we have?
This is Team Borexus, number 9852, and our robot's name is Crosse. I'm
Okay.
Sarah, this is Jacob, that's Zach, that's Kiara, and her sister Esperanza, that's my brother Sam, and that's Jackson. His brother's not here today, he has a birthday party, and then another kid went from 6, so this is only 8 of our 10
So
members.
come on over and you'll want to be right there and start showing us what you'd like to today.
We built Crosse with as many interlocking pieces, which under its interlocking pieces are basically.
And we have some problems. I will hold it in place while you're doing it, okay?
Well, interlocking pieces is like this, so they're
Right.
all together, so they're all connected to each other. So
I
they
would
won't
have trouble
break.
taking that apart, absolutely.
Yeah, but this is really strong. Like if I could throw it on the ground, it wouldn't break. But
Right.
of course,
2 years ago, I saw
We're
a
not
team.
doing that right now if you don't want
Okay,
to.
okay. 2 years ago, I saw a team walk into the judging room, look the judges in the eye and say, "Hi, this is Dreambot, our robot." And they threw it so that it bounced across the table over to the judges and said, "It's really durable." Don't do that. It's a hard thing. Okay, go guys.
but yeah, that's what interlocking pieces are.
Okay.
So, I mean, we used to use treads, but they would like sometimes like slide and flip and stuff. And then we thought that
Okay.
the gyro could like make up for it.
Right. I remember your treads. Yes.
And we thought that the gyro could make up for it, but it wasn't as like dependable as we thought.
Okay.
So, we switched to wheels, earlier than Kiara just mentioned, and, following. A bunch of different members of our team, at the last scrimmage, we went and talked to a bunch of other teams about why they were using wheels as
Right.
treads.
There we go, it was the bubble.
We heard
Yep.
several good reasons, one of them being, it takes more rotations from the motor to make a full tread rotation, so
Yep.
it runs down the battery a lot faster.
Yep.
So,
This can be faster when you need it to.
Yeah.
Those 62.4 millimeters are only available in a few kits. They come out of the big red truck. Those 62.4s are some of the secret weapons. You're in the right place.
A cool innovation.
But you have to be able to tell us why.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Alright. Go for it.
oh.
No, go for
Okay,
it,
so
guys.
the stability of the motor and like the base of Crosse helps with like the successfully completing our mission. And
Okay.
then we also have 2 light sensors
Right.
in front, and we just like use that to square up on the lines.
Do you have printouts of your code today?
No, we can show it to you on the
We
computer.
have-
Good, okay. How about one of you go ahead and take the computer and set it up over there, and we'll ask you to see that in a minute. Okay. Okay, nice. All right, that is touching the circle. Good, all right. Very good, very good. All right.
Do you want
And,
to see any more?
well, let's go on to some good questions then. All right. Oh, wow. Let me ask you one thing in particular here. Your design for, I'm sorry, may I touch your robot? Yeah, and I remember these bars. Okay, all right. Your design for your wheels right here. Okay. Tell me why you have this piece in front of my pinky finger.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you didn't have that piece, it would be.
It would rub?
yeah,
Okay.
the rubber would rub up against the
Okay, all right. Not this year, but at the end of this season, I want y'all to reconsider that piece right there, or what you could do to make this wheel more stable. Okay? There is a problem here that y'all don't know yet, that's really up at the advanced level where y'all are. If you could possibly support the other end of that axle over here, the big reason why is it damages these motors inside of this rim. And I'll tell your coach about that some. Okay, that's not what we came here to talk about. All right,
Thank you.
so
Is that because like the weight of the robot or to like bend the axle?
this time doesn't count against you. That red piece is a piece of plastic that fits as an outside bearing over another piece of Lego plastic. Okay, and it has to be 2 circles. And as soon as you do that with your robot, now you've got 2 ovals that have to run around each other. It means that the single weakest thing in an entire EV3 is the inside surface of that red disc right there. If you can possibly support your axle out here, then you'll stand less chance of damaging that motor. Okay.
We
so-
kind of saw that one time. We took apart a motor and just to see what was inside of it, and that's kind of what we saw.
Everything- You're exactly right. And you saw the little toothed wheel. Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Tell that to a judge. Tell that to a judge.
It was really fun. It was like near the end, and we had this motor that we never used. And we went outside on the gravel, and we were just like, bam!
Okay.
To open it up, and it was a lot of
Alright.
fun.
Now that you've got these, what's the fastest speed you use anywhere in your program?
For consistency reasons, the most we have is 50 right now.
Okay.
Part of the reason why we switched to wheels is to go faster so that we can get more missions done.
Okay.
But it's more consistent when it's slower. Is what we found.
Have you tried that? Can you point to some experiments that show that?
When we like turning, for instance, we have
Okay.
one mission part over there where it's turning.
Okay.
And in the beginning, I think I had it on like 75, and it was so inconsistent that I knocked it down to 50, and we still need to knock it down more because
Okay.
we taped pieces of paper over there, and we saw that it was off this way,
Yeah.
not this way, but off this way,
Okay.
and so we traced it back to right there where the turns were, and that's what made it inconsistent.
That process, if you can explain that process quickly to a judge, the process you just described is one of the critical pieces of it. You know, the experimenting, the documenting, that's what this is all about. So find a way to convey that. Sheet of paper, something in a notebook, something like that. That's it, guys. Let's go look at code. All right. Hey, let's put it right here.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
Or show me the piece of code where you use that sensor and stop on a line,
On a black line?
on a black line.
For the
Yeah, first show me where you use it, and then we'll drill it.
it goes on this.
Okay.
The one where it went forward with this door, it lined up first with
Ah,
the black line.
okay. All right,
And
let's,
we typically do that out of base, but for one mission, we wanted to see if it would be consistent without it. We've used it so many times, we kind of forgot like if it was really consistent without it. So
Alright.
for one mission, it's this mission. The one that we showed you comes over here and pushes that lever.
good.
That's the one that we don't have at the beginning. We just
Okay.
wanted to see if it's still consistent or not.
Okay, all right. So you used it for a while, but it's not here currently in this mission.
Not in that one, no.
Okay.
But in the other ones it
All
is.
right, so going back to C-Door, can you show me the inside of that my block?
Still. Where you-
Okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna drill in and ask some specific questions. Let's see. This loop right
Can you
here.
see?
Yeah, well, okay, very good. All right. I see loop right and loop two, or loop right two. Y'all have labeled your loops, which is really cool. Tell me what this first part of this loop is doing. First, describe it in terms of what do the blocks do, and then second, describe it for me in terms of what it actually accomplishes.
This is constantly reading what the port 2, which is the light sensor, is constantly reading what the light sensor, and it's putting it into the variable block, which is a write. So it's writing it into the block and storing it
Right.
in there, which is used later on in the program for.
All right. Now it is, let's see, when does this loop ever end? What ends that?
It ends up here.
Okay.
No, it ends.
Okay. How does that block end the loop up above?
When this one, when it sees a loop right, when it sees that it's true, and then it goes over here and then ends the thing or whatever. And then it
Okay. Absolutely. All right. Very good. So when this finishes, this is how you signal that to end. Very good. All right, I get it. That's some good complicated code. All right.
And we use the same format and everything, and we've done another my block, the red line lineup. It's the same exact thing. It's just we put it in not for reflective light intensity, but color, and it does the same thing. It just lines up with the red line. And we could do that. We could just copy and paste it and make it for a green line or for pretty much anything.
Okay. Well done, guys. Well done. Let's see. Can I see the okay. All right. So, what mission are you doing next and why?
Next, well,
All right.
this is we got the idea. You know where we got the idea from.
Okay.
We have a plan. We planned on getting this, and then going over here, getting this mission, and then coming over here and doing the sports mission.
Okay.
That's what we're working on. It's just this morning when we were programming, we had to have something for the scrimmage, so we
Okay.
just cut that part out and just came back to base.
Everything's positive. You
Mhm.
brag about what you have here, and all of it's positive. Don't tell me why it's not working yet. Tell me why
Why we want to do it?
why you want to do that.
Well, because it's more points, and we already
Okay.
have the attachment made for it. The ball
Ah.
sits right there, and then after that, we can just go back to base, and then we have another one that would have been really hard to include this one in it because by the time we got over there, it would have been like there would have been a lot of variables in it, and it could be very inconsistent over here. So
Okay.
we decided to put it at the end of this one, which these like they don't really change the mission much.
Okay. Okay.
You
Very
understand?
good.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
All right. Is there any other one thing that y'all haven't shown me yet that you want? Yes, sir.
2 pins it lives on the back.
Excellent.
With that whole, you can do 0 point
Mhm.
First team just put it back there. The last team use 0
I
point
know
turns.
the most teams do that.
I said no. I said no.
No, you didn't. You did. Okay. I'm just saying that is an excellent idea. You're exactly
Because that was one of the reasons why we like the tread so much, is because you could do the 0 point turns. And then when we
Okay.
switched to wheels, we were like, hey, we can still do it.
There you go. A good description of when we went from treads to a wheel and a roller, and we decided 2 rollers to keep the stability of our treads. That's an excellent kind of thing to be telling robot designers. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very impressive, guys. All right. That is the end of the day for us. So we're going to go hobnob with the other wizards and stuff and put things together. Since you're here in front of the table, is there any 1 or 2 questions that you want to ask an older gray-haired judge?
Is there anything wrong with having a robot pretty wide?
Not a bit. All right. Wider means if your turns are more accurate, it takes longer to turn. There is something really good about having fenders out here. There's several good things about having fenders out there. You can figure them out and you can tell the next judge that. There's something very good about having a square back here. You can absolutely. Okay.
That's another way that we keep it consistent. We have 3 ways: the gyro sensor, lining up with walls, and lining up with lines. Right now, we haven't really used the gyro sensor that much. Because
Right.
we're kind of,
Okay.
last year it was we had so many problems with it. We're kind of turning away from it, even though I still like using it because
Okay.
it's just more convenient.
Last piece of unsolicited advice. This is cool, and be ready to answer good questions about it. And you use a loop interrupt rock. You may be one of only 3 or 4 teams in the entire country right now using the loop interrupt block. Okay, so you understand that. That's good. Seriously, it's not something anybody uses very much. Keep it just like it is this year. Comment the daylights out of it and succeed wildly this year. And then, at the end of the season, you can rewrite this piece of code about 1/3 as big. There are ways to write that smaller. Make a flow chart and think about what each piece does. But don't do that right now. It's working. Go forward and get some more points. Yeah, absolutely. This is a good way to present accomplishments and plans. All right. And even at your qualifier, don't ever say, I only want to go to Columbia. Instead, you say, this is what we have working today, and we're particularly proud of this, and this is what we're going to do next. And leave the judges with the idea that you're going to keep going. And, depending on when your season ends, keep meeting, keep practicing, keep getting good at this, and get some more of those impossible. All right. a great team, guys. And a good presentation. Y'all have come a long way in 4 weeks. Okay. I saw y'all 4 weeks ago, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And y'all are competing in Spartanburg?
Yes.
Good.
We were thinking about doing the Greenville because he was going to be a judge or something.
Okay. Well, don't get hung up about that. There's all that stuff that happens up there above the coach level. Don't worry about it.
We
Y'all,
just focused on the judging room, on the table.
yep, and some good, clear documentation. Okay,
Thank you.
good job, guys. Good job.
Thank
Have
you.
fun for the rest of your day.
All right, you too.
Thank you.